Cassandra's breath frosted in the crisp air. Another town, another chance, or so she hoped. Harkwood, a name that sounded like a half-forgotten lullaby. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a place where the shadows of her past couldn't follow. The moving truck rumbled away, leaving her standing alone in the encroaching twilight. The house stood at the end of a long, winding drive, a Victorian mansion with a gambrel roof and a tower that seemed to pierce the bruised sky. It was imposing yet strangely alluring, like a beautiful predator, baring its teeth in a welcoming smile. As she pushed open the heavy oak door, a wave of cold air washed over her. The air inside was thick with the scent of dust and decay. And something else, something faintly metallic, like old blood. She shivered. That night she slept fitfully, haunted by dreams of swirling shadows and crimson eyes. When she woke, the sun was a sliver of silver in the sky, and the metallic scent from the night before was stronger, much stronger. Days bled into nights. Cassandra busied herself with unpacking and exploring the town. The locals were polite but distant, their smiles never reaching their eyes. Their gazes lingered on her for a beat too long, as if they knew her secrets. One afternoon, while browsing the musty aisles of a used bookstore, she met Elias. He was an old man with kind eyes and a gentle demeanor, the kind of person who seemed to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. They spoke for hours, discussing their shared love of literature and the strange allure of the macabre. "This town," Elias said, his voice barely a whisper, "it has a way of digging its claws into you, of making you forget who you are, where you came from." His eyes held a strange intensity. "Be careful, Cassandra. Some secrets are best left buried." Nightfall brought with it a new wave of unease. Cassandra found herself drawn to the window, her gaze pulled towards the town square. The streets were deserted, yet she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Her dreams grew more vivid, more terrifying. Visions of shadowy figures with glowing eyes, their voices a chorus of whispers just beyond the realm of comprehension. She would wake in a cold sweat, her heart pounding against her ribs like a trapped bird. One night, unable to sleep, she decided to explore the grounds of the mansion. As she walked, she noticed strange symbols carved into the bark of the ancient oaks that lined the property. They were crudely drawn, yet undeniably unsettling. She reached the edge of the woods and stopped, her breath catching in her throat. There, bathed in the pale moonlight, was a clearing. And in the center of the clearing stood a solitary figure, a figure that seemed to radiate an aura of pure dread. Cassandra's breath hitched in her throat. The figure turned, and for a fleeting moment, their eyes met. Crimson, burning with an infernal light. She stumbled back, her mind reeling. This was madness, it had to be. She fled back to the house, her heart pounding in her chest. The wind howled around her, carrying with it the echo of a whisper. Cassandra, her name, spoken with a mixture of longing and menace. She slammed the door shut behind her, the sound echoing through the empty halls. The next morning, she tried to convince herself it was just a nightmare. But the fear lingered, a knot of dread in the pit of her stomach. She needed answers. Answers that could only be found within the walls of Harkwood Manor. As she delved deeper into the history of the house, she uncovered a dark secret. A secret that connected her to Harkwood in ways she could never have imagined. A secret that promised to unravel her sanity piece by piece.